Alright, today we're again behind 217 North 6, South 6. Good Lord, I can't do anything right today. South 6, 217. Where we have dug one pit over where the buckets are last year, where a beautiful scroll flask came out of in perfect condition, and that has been it. Out of the so many areas I have probed and dug, but right about where I'm standing, or the left side of the right window facing us, would be the property line between two older houses from the 50s. And it almost leads me to this feature that I have probed out. I don't know what's here, if anything. It felt rectangular, soft in the middle with some stones around the edges, so I'm working my way around the stones around the edges to see if there's a wall of any sort. And newbie Sean is supposed to join me. He just went back home for his cigarettes that he left behind. Yeah, to be young again, able to dig holes and smoke cigarettes. I'm lucky to get out of bed the day after digging a hole. Anyway, we shall see. And here comes the newbie now. Mr. Sean, good morning. Say hi to the camera.
Hello.
Okay, this is Sean the Mole, alias the Mole, digging in his first privy down at the use layer. What do you got to show us, Sean? Anything?
I'm looking.
You're looking. Stop looking and start finding. Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing. Damn. Yeah, at least we're getting pieces, huh? Okay. Day one at the big dig. Well, it's turning into a big dig. At least some of the rocks are. That boulder sitting there must weigh 75 pounds. I don't know how I lumped it out of the hole. But this thing is loaded with big old privy rock. Oddly enough, stuff's coming out whole. I managed to dig up a large size Shiloh's consumption cure, which is something. And a few other bottles, but nothing. Whitmore's shoe polish and nothing else embossed. So hopefully tomorrow we get below that big rock layer where it's kind of fluffy and soft, and we might find something older. So far we're stuck in the 90s. Well, alrighty. This was the only bottle I saved out of this dig. The only large size Shiloh's consumption cure bottle I've ever dug. Kind of like the Dr. King's new discovery large size. They just don't come around very often. And what's odd about this one is the base looks really crude and old. And the top is clearly tool top. Almost looks like they waited 10 years to put the top on. Except for the very top of it here, it's got folds and creases like an 1850s, 1860s bottle. So who the heck knows, but a nice beefy cure. Always welcoming a new cure to my collection, that's for sure. I don't have hardly as many as I'd like. But anyway, that was from Sean's first dig back in 2014. Yep. And had Sean known what he was in for, I'm sure he would have turned and ran away screaming. Yeah, yeah, taking up something a little bit more reasonable, like fishing or bowling, you know, not digging 10-foot deep holes for nothing, or a bottle. Yeah, so there you have it. Alright, here we are at, what is this address? Something something Payson?
Yep.
Quincy, where Shawnee has probed out his first solo spot. A stone line something or other. So far no bottles, but doesn't keep us from trying, right? And then we have our supervisors here. The bulldog named Get Out of Here. And the yellow lab that's named See Ya, I'm Out of Here. Alright, about 3 o'clock and we're at the 10-foot level. That's right. The 10 foot.
10 foot.
10-foot level. Yeah, yeah. That's no exaggeration. The 5-foot probe went twice. And we're still digging down. And I'll tell you what, it's not easy digging down there, is it, Shawnee?
No.
But it's fun, isn't it, Shawnee?
Yes.
Well, here we are near the bottom, or at the bottom. About 11 feet down. Shawnee just pulled out a little beer. Yeah, a little beer. Imagine that. And I'm getting a licking by Roxanne over here. Yeah, Roxanne thinks I'm dirty. Shawnee and I, we've decided we're dirty little bottle sluts. And Roxanne agrees with the dirty part because she's giving me a bath. Alright. Pull out a good one there, Shawnee. Home slice. Slice for short. And here's the bomb hole, the pile, the debris, the debris behind the old house. Yes, sir. And by 6:15, all filled in, reseeded, and looks like new. Well, almost looks like new. Till next time, Roxanne, and your favorite human over there. Well, alrighty, these were the remainders of what I ended up with for this dig. And not a whole lot to show for it, but it was fun nonetheless. This pipe was pretty cool. It's boy, it's an oldie. No damage, near as I can tell. A little toy dolly jug of some sort. I don't know what else it would be. It's an oldie. And then the coolest thing that I made the whole dig worthwhile for me was this oh, what the heck's it say? No danger from overdose. Contains no poison. The Sylvan Remedy Company from Peoria, Illinois. Reads German cough and kidney cure. There it is, the word cure, the magic word. That's a cool bottle. I think I've dug up a couple of broken ones before. Anyway, the interesting thing about that hole is right when I was filming and I said, dig up a good one, Sean. He was way under that that overhang, and he had just pulled himself out from under it when it silently slid down the side of the liner, the stone liner. I mean, it was incredible timing on his part. But anyway, yeah, that was a scary moment for both of us, more for him than me, but you know, I just thought, oh my God. I mean, there was a lot more dirt than it looked like on the camera. And I've never seen anything like that before that just slid down so quietly. I mentioned in one other video it was like, you know, as quiet as the elevator at the Hilton. Anyway, yeah, at least we're here to laugh about it today. Could have been a different outcome. So watch those overhangs, gang. You don't want to get caught under one. Dirt is highly underestimated for its weight, just like water. Weighs a lot more than you think it does. Yep. There's one little side note. It says Sylvan Remedy Company on this side, and the kidney cure on this. I don't think I've ever seen cure and remedy embossed on the same bottle before. It just struck me as I was putting it back in its cabinet. I was like, wow, that's an oddity for certain. Yep. A strange one. Well, after digging all day long and a few other good bottles out of the hole, looks like another good soda, blob top, and it's up against this wall that's been produced in 1860s, 1870s, all day long. All day long. Where the hell to go? God, whenever you need a witness, they disappear.
What is that? Mate. Right over for you, and then, isn't it?
Yeah, about 4:30 or something like that.
Where's that in? This is the winter time.
Okay, here's Shawnee, hard at work. Hard at work. This is harder than work, isn't it?
About the same.
Oh, oh, come on now, tell the truth.
It's harder.
This is the hardest work I've ever done in my life, digging these damn holes. Although it's not such hard work when you're actually finding stuff. It's really hard work when you're not finding anything. Because then you just feel like you're doing it for nothing. Well, these two bottles are the ones that I saved out of this dig. This one's a pretty unusual color for a flask, a cornflower blue. In the hole it looked almost cobalt, but yeah, a really beautiful applied top little flask. No embossing, not on the base or anywhere, but the base looks like a hinge mold. That 1/2 circle is raised higher than the other, that's how you can tell. And common Smith's bile beans, I don't know how long I had it dug up when I at some point in time realized the H and the T are transposed in Smith's. So it reads SMIHTS. You know, and hard to say if that was an error or if it was done on purpose to avoid being sued. You know, that, although I don't think it worked. But a lot of unscrupulous counterfeiters would do stuff like that. They would switch up the lettering and it'd look identical to Smith's, but it's Smite's. So I don't know. I've never seen one before. And it is a little unusual in size. It's not... I've never seen a Smith's bile beans this particular size. It's an odd large size. I've seen large size Smith's bile beans, but they're not quite this big. So there you go. I mean, I've always loved these things. Years ago, when I was first digging, Mr. Richardson was digging the same dump as I was, and I ran over to him. I said, "Hey, look what I dug up." And he's like, he'd never heard of it before. And I remember him bemoaning the fact for years later that he had never dug a Smith's bile beans. He was always looking for one. And it's pretty common around these parts because it's from St. Louis. So anyway, it was a fun dig. The good part was it was fairly shallow. Yeah.